Hello, everyone, and welcome to Puzzle Wednesday's first edition of the Majidoro Masters 3 qualifier. So that makes it the second qualifier overall. We've got some steep competition despite the relatively small bracket, so it's going to be a real fight to see who gathers up those points and makes the qualifier at the end of the season. So, tonight on the microphone with me, I have Juicey.
Hello.
And Critical Effect.
Hello.
And we may have some guest appearances by birdup as well, once the bracket gets a little farther along.
Okay. Before we get into it, we've won a lot of games for a lot of different communities, and you notice things, you notice habits. And if there is one thing I've noticed about Magical Drop, bless their hearts, they are just like Puyo, in that everyone signs up like a half hour before bracket. We were sitting on 6 people for the entirety of this past week. And I was thinking, like, you know what? Wouldn't it be funny if I signed up and by default, I could have gotten league points just for showing up? That, I would have held that over everyone's head for the entire season. It was going to be so funny, and now we got 12. And they're all good.
Unfortunately, all the killers showed up at the last second. They clocked out of work and into bracket.
Really feels like that. Anyway, we're going to be doing a little bit of combination of primarily calling matches in Discord, which you should totally do. Go ahead and do exclamation Discord in the Twitch chat and go check out Teodesk. But as birdup has put it before, Magical Drop scene is like herding a bunch of Latin American cats, so
capybaras.
We will have to do potentially a couple match calls in Fightcade, making the most of it. So let's get things going.
I have sent my challenge.
You know, CTCW clear qualifier, cool stuff. Plus, this is one of a decent amount of monthly qualifiers, so you will have chances for points. No worries.
Oh wait, it's first to 3, isn't it? Or no?
It always is first to 3.
I just clicked first
usually.
to 2.
Oops. Let me double check on the thing, but you may have to undo that.
Yep.
Like I see, this is one of your most participating games. I can't remember the last time this has been anything other than first to 3, because it's first to 3.
Yep.
It's first to 3, and it's first to 3 until it's not first to 3.
No, it's always first to 3.
Oh wait, no,
we don't scale first to 5 for this.
I forgot. My brain was thinking puzzle.
Alright, we're gonna switch to in-game.
Okay, we in there.
Script.
I'm not familiar with Kuromi as a name in this scene.
I am not either, so anything could happen.
Oh, this is interesting.
They're a C rank, and that could mean literally anything.
Yeah, really. Top of C are still absolute murderers. And they certainly have some idea of what they're doing here. Deka getting a little more mileage of Chang as down stacks.
Yeah, unfortunately they're starting to get that Spire coming up, but they are able to even it out a little bit now.
He's actually outpacing Deka by a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let this resolve because there's like a lot of like ice patterns and Magician is coming in crazy. Oh god! Okay, Deka after this resolution, yeah, wow, good cleanup at the end. But
it took me a while to get my board into a good state, but I found it by the end there.
Yeah, like Kuromi's like coming off to a great start, but I think what ended up happening is they kind of made their board into a bit of a spire and just kind of lost control in the pacing that they needed to pull out for a win.
Yeah, it's very easy to get caught up in the really small game with Magician's pattern.
Yeah, especially like we have to really be careful on like how do you manage your center, because right now Kuromi with the blue just completely shattering all momentum that they had. So not only are they losing, you know, just by a top out, they also were just dragging by 20 pieces. Kuromi with a small poke and a lead for, you know, the swing, but a lot on the right side. This could be an awkward dig down. Oh, yeah, their pathing is only one of the skull sight. They're still alive, but man, are they behind in quota.
Alright, Deka with first point.
Alright. Magician is one of my better characters.
So, let's see what the first counter pick is going to be.
Yeah, it could...
It seems to be letting the timer run out.
Do they have a start button?
Oh, now I have to go through this.
The magical drop. All this local drop. The 3D book? Okay.
Okay.
That was interesting. So. Okay.
Power.
Immediately calling out a secret character. Wow.
Right, it's gonna be that kind of
Alright. Man, I guess so. As someone chronically mid at this game, absolutely calling out top tiers is just like the go-to strategy. I'm like, I'm hoping you mess up. But
yeah, like, I think it's Tower. That's I know. World is, or I forgot who it was.
Tower is really up there. Fortune's still pretty up there.
Tower's really up there, but has also become a bit of a gimmick character.
Yeah. I was about to say. I knew that Fortune was the disco. I forgot if Tower was the other disco character.
Yeah, Tower's the other disco character.
Yeah, so like
it's up there. But like these are all absolute vibe check picks, even like
even without the hidden tag, yeah. Because good lord, like even if we don't know how to set it up, the pattern, the tag pattern is just mean on its own hand. So like it kind of doesn't matter at like, you know, a lower level, if I want to say like that.
Deka very intentionally cutting his chains to do like 2s and 3s to put more pressure on Kuromi, and
yeah,
seems to be working.
I'm not making it to quote on Tower, so I'm hedging my bets for sure.
Understandable. Going to Death.
Alright, Death has gone up the tier list, funnily enough.
Yeah. No, I think we very much decided after that opener that Deka's not going to be struggling to win by decision, so we're going to do our best to stop him.
Yeah. I mean, Death is definitely in that, like, camp of, oh no. But yeah, like, Death is, like, definitely in the camp of, vibe check.
No, these are all vibe checks to see where Deck is going to falter, and
yeah.
Doesn't really seem like he's going to.
Death is probably my most played bot practice match. Very good character for just making big chains and practicing board management.
Yeah. I mean, this time, like, I'm looking a lot more confident. Okay. But, like, that is, like, another character where, like, you really just have to have a good opening start for this character. Otherwise, like, you're just playing on your back foot the entire match, and it's just... You don't want to do that as Death.
Oh, real?
Oh,
real
no,
quick
split
back and forth
blues.
this match.
Yeah.
We'd love to see the 2-chain pressure.
Like, that is definitely, like, one of the more violent characters, like, in the cast, but...
Whoa,
Ooh, the long thing coming from Kuromi.
Oh, okay.
Hello? Okay,
Deka's sitting on the item while the board actually stacks up. That might have been the play there.
But Kuromi flattening out their board again. They have a lot of resources. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Game 5 and the ice start as well. So this is going to be really interesting to see how Kuromi starts off their pacing here. Interesting pop on the red. Just can't really get anything big started yet. Okay. Rainbow on deck, but do we get to the right side? No, not quick enough, unfortunately.
Alright, Deka taking it. Also, can you believe that's a round 1?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not surprised. Like, I have become numb to just how violent this game is. It's just like, yeah, that's magical drop.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Ooh, Draco versus Gucky. This is going to be a good one.
Shoutouts to Gucky for being a trooper in the 2:30 a.m. bracket club.
Oh, yeah.
It's Puzzle Thursday for him over there.
Shoutouts to Gucky over in Germany, 6 or 7 hours ahead of us. Taking the bullet for those rank points.
I mean, it paid off. He qualified last year.
Yeah.
He was in the main event.
A well-earned spot, too. Gucky was probably like our most improved player last year over the course of the season. Went from like maybe
I wonder if
win is round 1, lose the next 2 to one of our top competitors over the course of the season.
I'm gonna wonder if we're gonna get another panel to Magical Drop Converter that's gonna be like, nope, gonna be the best of this gosh darn game. Because that's what Gucky absolutely was. That was his background.
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of people with panel background who've come over and done pretty well. Oh,
I think both titles share a lot of similar DNA.
Yeah, no, agreed, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, they're both games about not dying when you really boil it down.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. But, like, there's also just, like, a lot of, like, the construction theory and, like, the active management is, like, where, like, the big, like, skill sets, you know, really line up with each other.
Yeah, the board management has similar energy. For sure. Right. Round 1 going to Draco. I definitely do think Draco is the favorite to win this. But, Gucky definitely capable of pulling an upset here.
Remind me, did Draco have much of a presence in Majidoro Masters 2?
No, they picked up the game after Majidoro. Like, they started attending events shortly after Majidoro Masters 2.
Okay. Because I remember the name, but, like, they weren't on the list for top 8 last year, and I don't remember significant placements, but also they are convincingly putting a number of good players in a box.
Yeah, I had seen them take games off of Rudolph before, so they are definitely capable of. Yeah, in a Thundaria bracket a couple of weeks ago, I believe they made it to Grands on winner's side, but Rudolph got the double reset.
Oof.
But yeah, they're definitely a threat that came out of nowhere and is now one of the strongest competitors around. That third seed spot has been rightfully earned.
Alright, so let's see what Gucky's counterpick is going to be.
And one of the kind of out-of-character things for Draco as a South American is that they are very good at quota characters. The South Americans tend to favor historically, the pressure characters, but Draco is a quota character player.
Alright. Fascinating to think that we can have national typecasts for this game.
Yeah, it's funny how it pans out like that. Like, I mean, Americans tend to be quota players. Me and birdup both being pretty low tier oriented, and then it's fun. Like a bunch of the South Americans are all high tier pickers. Twinkler, or not Twinkler, was it Scherzo whose signature pick was moving for a while?
I
think so.
That's my hardest thing is remember whose pet character counter picks are which. So that's knowledge only you have off the top of your head. I would have to go research old VODs.
Alright.
God.
You're gonna take the round by 6 orbs. Close fight.
Yeah, Gucci definitely getting like a little bit on the lucky side with not just like the double all clear, but also just like having like such large clears just to deal with back to back. Whereas like Draco doesn't really have that luxury during that last round.
Yeah, when you're playing low tier characters like Star, the damage theory of magical drop really comes into effect because you get to a point where you actually want to be sending specifically 2 and 3 chains to minimize the garbage that your opponent receives. It works in a weird way like that.
Lost by 4.
Yeah.
Like, you can see, especially with Gucky, he's going with like these Hail Mary big single clears, like 10 to 15 pieces in it. The thing that's kind of giving Draco the edge is Draco's doing the same thing, but off of like power chain clears. So, matching like red greens that are worth, I don't know, 20, 25 in a single clear is going to springboard you on quota and give your opponent a ton of ice.
Okay, can we talk about the fact that like Gucky and kind of like saving that blue all clear did oh my god,
yeah,
39?
Didn't pay off though. Saving power orbs is a bit of a gamble because if you get them early enough and you clone them, they can give you a solid boost in the like last third of the round. But if you clone them too late, they can actually be a really big time sink because it's going to take another full board cycle for more of that color to come onto your board. You would think cloning the power orb would always be a good thing, but it's actually not necessarily any faster than just playing it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen enough where you lose by a stall because of item effects.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's the other risk you take on, is if you clone an item, it can come into play when you don't want it. Or a pressure wave from Gucky here.
I mean, I think that's just what the game plan is here at this point.
I mean, Daughter Strength is definitely one of the characters to just kill.
Yeah, Daughter Strength definitely the strongest
vanilla character.
Yeah.
And even then, like, they had already gone through like half the quota anyway, so
I would not be surprised if like at least half of these games go to quota. Or these rounds, I mean.
Yeah.
Like the skill level at staying alive has gotten incredibly high. Like,
right. Oh, Mr. Off, unfortunate.
World and Empress used to be like regarded as like pressure characters, and now they are very thoroughly quota characters when picked by Gucky just got extremely tangled up there.
Yeah, that red completely just killed their flow and just everything about that board.
Go keep finding enough material to start making things again.
Yeah.
In a bit of an uncomfortable
just
spot,
what
though.
even powers.
Trying to bail,
no!
but not finding what they need. So Draco gonna take that 3-0.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Going to show how much of a killer they have become in these last 6 months. All right, now I'm going to get victimized by Wampa.
You lived a life, buddy.
Yeah. So we are on winners round 2 now.
I don't think you're getting that B rank back, at least.
No, probably not. Especially not
through
considering I
this
had
match.
to quit out of a game. It's okay, I'm gonna win 3-0, and I'm gonna get B rank 1 shot.
Okay, buddy. Here's to hoping.
That's what I'll keep telling myself. Mind over matter, right?
Exactly.
I mean, Wampa won last year.
Wampa actually lost their first bracket ever, basically, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but was it to you?
No, it was not to me. Actually, I didn't even make top 8. I was so close, but I was out of material. Tempo was in my favor there, but I ran out, yeah.
Hey, man. I mean, in all earnestness, good showing so far. And now that we've commentator cursed him, get his ass. I'm not far behind quota.
I got very tangled up that round.
Ooh.
No.
You'll ever just think about how funny it is we let Bank Bank canonize an entire puzzle genre from the 90s?
How did Bank Bank canonize the puzzle game genre?
He was the one that came up with the term uppy downy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. There's only two of them, but...
There was that teensy bit of trepidation. Well, we've learned there's more. There's the Sailor Moon Supers one. There's a couple other things here or there. Tumblestone. But, yeah. There's a little trepidation at first. We're like, no, it's uppy downy now.
Wait, what, the Sailor Moon one?
Sailor Moon Supers Fua Fua Panic for the Super Famicom. Also, no, Raz, that was not a Kayat invention. That was a Bank Bank one. Don't get it twisted. Fua Fua Panic is not good. I'll play it. I'll have fun with it. But Lord, is it not good.
That we're playing Fumo Panic on Saturday. Or not this Saturday, next Saturday.
I got the setup. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, Note's right. This is our first lovers match of the night, so happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Thanks for choosing to spend it here of all places.
Look, man, we got people all over the world. Like, you know, some people might have already done their Valentines.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's all appreciated.
Exactly. Okay,
that was a 68 quota loss, but at the same time, it was also... I was
But you-
mid-chain, so it wasn't actually...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you
still have
had a
the
lot of
moral
resolve
high
in
ground.
that.
Oh god, I cannot get the horse
Ooh, boy, big clears,
Okay.
baby.
That's a big swing to put him back in the game. Oh, man!
Deka hitting with the power chains?
The blue's shattered, but at the same time...
Oh,
Oh my
Oh,
god!
it ate my chain! I panicked.
No!
Alright, where to go? I guess we'll go to death.
Okay.
God, puzzle they pawn.
Oh god, you're right. Anyway, at least we got a lot of matchup experience going in Deka side for this. Potentially, we could do some
it's
flying
reach.
2-chain strats. That does not sound good.
Yeah, didn't have the
Because
right
it was not
color.
good.
The
right
pattern
spot.
got pushed out of alignment because I was too slow.
That is this character.
Oh boy. Rainbow start. So this is gonna hurt once the chain resolves. And a lot of ice all over the place, but Deka taking good use of it with the yellows. Can he just follow up? Okay. Still looking good. Still breathing.
Love to breathe.
Good. At least I survived.
Yep. Did not
Okay.
die, but Wampa just completely speeding through.
Yeah.
Wampa just built kind of different, man.
Oh, I thought there were 3 orbs there.
Oh.
Oh my god, man. Okay.
The puzzle game classic of not being able to count to 3.
Yeah. I didn't make it all the way over to the column that I wanted, and then when I picked up the orbs, I was like, oh well, at least there's 3, and I threw them back down, and they were not 3.
Yeah.
So...
Alrighty then. What's our next call?
Oh, it's gonna be my Deka losers.
And for Deka losers already?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Boy.
Stormtwoopaa. That name sounds familiar. Again, you got to fill in.
I
Deka, can
don't
you fill in the
recognize this
player
tag
lore?
either, actually.
I know I've seen it before. I don't know if it was specifically for Magical Drop.
They are Australian, so maybe they're a friend of Rune.
I don't think this is an all Australians know each other sort of situation.
We can pretend.
I'm gonna see if there's anything recognizable in their Viking history. No, the answer is Magical Drop 3. That's the only puzzle thing on there. Anyway, while I was looking away, Deka's already got a point. They definitely have some idea what they're doing, but also I can see very transparently they don't have match moving under their belt. And
Yeah, that's a pretty big delineator.
Yeah, the scene is advanced far enough that that is a skill floor technique at this point. If you're not zooming, that's only gonna hurt you.
I self-pile. Rare case of the mag drop self-pile. It is actually possible to do.
Well, let's go, stormtwoopaa. But, like, clearly, they've played this before. There's a lot going on. They get it. Chain theory's there, getting lines. But, you know, good as time ever to plug playmatchdrop.com. That's the site birdup maintains, and it has a lot of things on character balance, general techniques, just basically everything you know to be able to throw down in brackets like these. So, thanks, Nope. But, like, if you watch the VOD for this, know that you're on the right path, but there's definitely some extended reading here that will up your game pretty significantly with little effort.
Yeah, they had like the 101 of just like understanding like how to completely like chain and like do all the long routes. The 201 is like actual resource management, which is like something that they just kept on starving themselves on.
I also wrote an article for playmatchdrop.com. It's about the damage.
So true.
Oh, that's true. And then Xerosian did the damage calculator for that.
Which was quite helpful in coming up with a bunch of interesting, like, damage and chaining theory. Oh! Misdrop.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take it.
It's like he's clearly drawing bloods. He's getting some rounds here, but
the idea is
you gotta awaken this movement inside. You know.
Exactly. Okay, just gotta walk that left forward. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Dear, we are breathing pretty well, actually. Never mind.
So I'm gonna ask it.
Yeah.
Why is the devil such a doofus character?
I don't know. I don't actually know anything about, like, tarot lore. I don't think the devil is, like, evil or grim the way, like, death is. Like how...
Alright.
The tarot cards all have, like, interesting meanings that aren't necessarily conventional.
Alright, this is stormtwoopaa's final counterpick.
Ooh.
Okay. We know about secret characters. Yo, Moon?
Interesting picks today. Not many people pick Devil, and not many people pick Moon either.
Maybe it was Scherzo that played Moon, but I remember particularly that was a character that birdup was getting grips on, like, right near the end of the Majidoro Masters 2 season. And I remember that being a very big deal.
Moon is definitely not one of birdup's best characters.
But he started kind of slotting it into his counterpicks.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I think he got better at it since a couple of players were picking Moon a lot. I think it was Scherzo who was doing the rainbow orb full board clear trick on Moon because it was pretty easy to set up on her pattern. And so some players started getting quite a bit of practice on this character. But she fell out of favor again. Not many people pick this character. She does have a kind of awkward pattern, so it makes a little bit of sense. But it's like halfway between. It's like, what if Magician was hard? They have the same color pattern, but Moon has the same attack pattern as Hermit, so she's a lot scarier than Magician is.
Oh.
Alright. GG's.
Good game.
Deka moving on. We need to force.
Top 8. I'm gonna get a point.
Oh
and then
boy.
I'm going to run into birdup.
One singular point.
We need to force Death Mirror only tourney. I wonder if that's ever happened before.
We did a Fool only tournament. I don't know if we've done a Death only tournament.
Oh wait, that really hasn't happened? I could have sworn. Ah, well, apparently my memory on the community lore is all over the place tonight. Anyway, let's see where we're at in the bracket.
All right.
I'm assuming we're.
Scherzo. This is winners.
Yep. Yep, we're at both sides of winner semis. So we got Wampa and Scherzo, followed by Rudolph and Draco.
Scherzo doesn't remember the last time they played against Wampa, so maybe a lot has changed. Who knows?
Does now.
Well, apparently birdup's matchup against Scherzo was really good. It's a shame we didn't get to stream that one. Oh yeah, 3-2. That must have been a nail biter.
I mean, how close were they usually in skill across the past couple years?
Scherzo and birdup, very close.
Yeah.
They're usually fighting for that third place spot.
Ah, love the rivalry.
I think birdup historically had a bit of an edge, but very, very close matchup. How the mighty have fallen. Wampa a B rank once again. the evils of rank decay on Fightcade.
I hate to see it. I'll never forgive the third strike lobby.
Yeah.
You know who that was made for.
Great play from Wampa, getting rid of, or popping ice with the power orb to get the maximum value. That catapulted him well into the lead on quota.
Oh, holy shit. Alright, thank you for the raid, Moss Bios. We're in the first of our qualifiers for Majidoro Masters 3, Magical Drop 3 League. So, everything, I think after this is actually qualifying for points. I say after this, they're qualifying for points at this point.
This is semis, so they're already, so by the time that this match is over, all of our top 8 should be filled out, so...
The winner of this is guaranteed third, so... Or at least third. Oh, Wampa with a bit of a misjuggle there, loses a green orb, and Scherzo squeaks under the quota. Oh, another misjuggle from Wampa there. I think picked something up they didn't want and then didn't have anywhere to put it down, and those red orbs topped them out. They wanted to throw those down the middle to even their board back up, but...
It feels kind of a weird position for, like, a couple losses in a row here that were just either, like, greed or, like, slight fumbles. Because, Lord, we all know when Wampa wants to punch you, he's gonna hit you till you die. Yeah.
Wampa's signature thing is pretty much that they're really, really good at setting up multi-clears.
That really feels like the play the longer this has gone on.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most efficient way to deal with quota. Because, like, not every pattern is generous enough to give you, like, 6 or more orb clears. So what do? You make 6 or more orb clears anyway.
God.
If your opponent can't also do that, they're going to lose on quota.
But, like, Wampa won last round with 25 quota, and that, at this high of a level, that's convincing. 25 is huge.
Yeah, what happened in that round was Juanpa dropped a chain in the wrong column and lost the orbs required to make like a big connected ice clear in the back. Alright. That was a lot closer than 60, but
Yeah.
Juanpa going to take game 1.
Is Scherzo gonna do it, or just has the secret character just take a little bit longer?
I think it's funny to psych out people by, like, going to the unlock character and picking Sun. Love to see it.
Sun's receiving damage animation, one of my favorite faces in gaming. Alright, we've got Sun, classic lower mid tier. The big single spire that's 3 wide in the middle.
Yeah.
You usually want to pop ice with yellow. And it's just a matter of optimizing the shape of the pattern from that point on. And both players coming up a little bit short of a huge jump in, but Wampa only needed 2 and Scherzo needed 10, so the tempo favored Wampa there.
Yeah. I think there's also the fact that, like, for quota wins, it's like the actual, like, counter itself is like a big factor as well. So, like, even if, like, you know, they both were to clear like 4 or 5 at the same time, like, if one person has like 4, one person has 5, and they clear the same amount of orbs at the same time, the person with 4 wins, right?
The meter does take time to tick down, but it's very quick. I don't think there's much of a difference between one orb. Typically, what you're looking for in a quota character match is who has the tempo advantage, not necessarily who has the exact numerical lead. Whoever's counter is resolving first is typically the person who's winning, even if they're a little bit behind, because you can always sneak in that 1 extra clear and snatch the lead at the very end. That's the only time the lead matters. A lot of really messed up ice boards coming out. Usually,
yeah,
the center of the board can stay really clean because you're just getting these big rectangular blocks of yellows, and the board cleans up pretty nicely. But Wampa doing a very good job sending strange garbage. All right, happy Valentine's Day, lovers again. Okay, so Lovers has a very interesting pattern in that she has the same colors as Fool, who is like one of the easiest characters to not die on in the game, and one of the fastest characters to race to quota. But her damage pattern is shaped like Hangman, who is one of the higher tier characters, funnily enough. So there's a lot of funny pattern management in this, because if you send the wrong types of damage in the wrong ways, you will give your opponent enormous quota advantage just through the shape of their pattern. But if you clear the pattern properly, you can actually give them a pretty messy board. The double multi-clears are really what you want to be going for here, and Scherzo's doing a pretty good job of that. Oh!
Oh no.
A little bit of a misjuggle there, though. The left side getting really tangled up. It's saving these reds. Oh, it has a yellow power orb on deck. Unfortunately,
we're popping
loses it, but ooh, some risky all clear gaming there.
Yeah,
Especially
thankfully, like,
risky
Scherzo just...
to all clear on this character because you can get ice. You get a lot of ice with how big the matches are.
Yeah, but... Oh my... Really? Wow.
Monpo just absolutely cooking.
No, but the really impressive part is just, like, watching how they're able to resolve the ice patterns, you know? Especially, like, with how deep and, like, how massive the attack damage is gonna be with this character just because super easy to just clear out and whatnot. Just being able to, like, manage all of that and clean up their board at the right... or making sure to get the right color for the ice is really impressive.
Right? This is gonna be a nail biter. And Scherzo is going to take the round. A little bit of a tempo advantage there. Juanpo wasting a little too much time cloning that power orb. Maybe. Hard to say. I can't really watch both boards at once. Both playing so fast.
Yeah.
Alright. I would definitely say Juanpa has the board state advantage right now.
Board state and quote as well, and
Yep.
definitely the winner right now. Jesus.
Yep. Juanpa is going to take it. 3-0. Not necessarily surprising, but interesting that it wasn't a little bit closer. I've definitely seen Scherzo take games off of Juanpa before, so...
Right, but coming up next is gonna be Rudolph versus DracoMurai.
Yeah,
Unless
this
we're doing another deck of
definitely could
losers.
go either way.
Yeah, Draco's
been making some big plays, punching into the... Oh, wait, no, it's going to be me and birdup.
okay.
So
So we
it'll
got
be a
deck of
quick
losers.
one. Where is birdup?
Look, you came in, you're gonna cash out with a singular qualifying point, so
But let's go,
You know.
Deka.
Yeah.
you're getting something out of
My
this at the
qualifying
very
point.
least.
Maybe Deka gets more points. Have you considered? Yeah, that's what I thought. Go mess him up.
All right. I've taken a game off birdup. That means I can beat him, right?
Yes. Just do that again, forehead, and then again.
I just need birdup to counterpick me to lovers 3 times in a row.
You know, funny you should say that. Think he might be inclined. Today might be the day.
Today is the day.
Today is the
Valentine's
day.
Day power up.
Yeah.
You never know.
Lovers start for Valentine's Day.
Do it.
That was
Bird of an offering.
almost in
Do it.
consideration, but it's a qualifier. We couldn't really meaningfully go off the real rules. But gentlemen's be like that.
That
Okay, Deka's not in as much danger as he started out in. Deka, you said this was Hangman. He's like your favorite character, right?
He's not my best character. Oh, damn. Lovers is my best character. Usually, at least.
Oh. Okay.
It's a very interesting moment state from
Well, like I'm trying to like parse like how do we even get to Deka's like weird construction right now? Because
Very careful.
I died? How did I die? I get pushed off the left side.
There's
the
left side. It was subtle. Yo, double item start? Okay.
Like the game really wants him to just kind of die. Apparently.
Oh, I did not mean to pick that up. Oh, I didn't mean to put that there either.
You hate real prophetic warnings from the future, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, well.
There's just an from the commentary team, and then you have to wonder what got them to that point. What caused that reaction? You'll find out soon.
Like, I'm thinking to myself, it can't be that bad, right? And, I mean, you know, it worked out in the end. That's the important part.
That's always the most fun part about having staff participate in brackets, is moments like these.
Yeah.
I love the Time Vortex. It is the purveyor of great comedy.
Absolutely.
You just hear like the most guttural scream.
Oh,
Definitely going on.
much of an advantage.
Like that.
Alright, we're going Magician now. Red Power Orb round 3 did nothing. Very true. Yeah, I got completely taken off guard by the fact that the board just did not collapse at all.
Something Martian, there's supposed to be an earth shattering kaboom.
Where's my kaboom? Where's my kaboom? I'm having a very hard time today.
But that's birdup's specialty. And yeah, brother, he's moving pretty hard.
Oh, close. Close, but not quite.
It could have been worse, and that's the important part.
I'm surprised you chose Magician when you didn't have to technically go back to round start.
Magician is actually one of my better characters. I have, I think the only game I've ever taken off Quanpa or Rudolph, I forget which one it was on Magician.
Looking a little in the weeds here.
Yeah, I'm dead. I needed one more of those orbs to get picked up when I mash moved across the top, and I just didn't get it. Thank you, Spirit. If he had ended the chain a little earlier, I would have had my global. Oh, please give me a hit.
Please? Okay.
That was, almost fumbled that one hardcore at the end there. Did you see that expert word counting by me?
You know, Puzzle players can't count.
What's 3?
That's this game.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Deka could take this by quota here. Does
Okay,
take it by
wait a minute.
quota. So this match is not decided. We could see the Deka. I want to say sweep, but like that's kind of steep here.
Unfortunately, I have no material on the board.
Round 5 start kind of rough.
Yeah, this one is really bad. Short material.
Alright, this is starting to look a little more reasonable.
I thought that left column was open. I didn't see the green
Oh
stuff.
no!
Ugh.
Oh no, we can't count, and he's colorblind.
Many such cases. Oh boy, where are we gonna go now? Round it out with my boy.
Understandable.
I do think birdup is better at this character than I am, but he's fun. I should have saved that.
This is always the one that kind of gets me, because everyone insists this character is playing Money Puzzle. And I just can't make heads or tails like his damage pattern sometimes. This looks so oppressive.
I can kind of see it. It's like a weird variation on, I forgot her name. Oh, that's not how I was thinking at all. Oops.
Might Dealer? Debt Miser?
No, Exchanger, actually. I was kind of like seeing like the basic.
Interesting.
I mean, I like Aldi Labor makes a lot more sense.
He's got the checkerboard.
Yeah.
Oh, missed. Oops.
Oops. That is a miss.
Just
All right,
drop that
Deka.
right in the death column. No big deal.
Deka, I need you to remember what you're fighting for.
Does he though?
A second rank point. Oh, I could not get my horse to pick up. Or put
Oh,
down
man.
I want them.
This is so close to me still!
It is
Yo, he's
incredible that I
scrambling
survived
out here.
that.
It's Scramble City out here on Deka's side.
How did he make it to the top of his board? What?
Running out of material though.
Okay.
Oh, no, we're gonna take it. Alright.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
The real clutch pressure win there at the last second.
Come on, please, before I'm scrolling the columns I want.
I see we're in the bargaining phase.
We're thinking about it. We're stuck. Okay. Deka able to clean up a little bit, but oh, the singular blue is gonna be make or break. It's looking like a break.
That was a disaster. I didn't need it to pick up both of those. Alright. A clean 3-0 from birdup.
Well,
But it was still a well-fought match.
It was a
You
good
got a
match, though,
point.
yeah. I did get my
He also
ranked
did get one
which is
singular
already
point.
more than last year.
fair enough.
Alright, so we're gonna watch probably winners semis next.
We got Draco versus Rudolph.
Which will be a very good match. Either one of these could win this for sure. I think slight advantage just due to familiarity with the tournament pressure and nerves. I've seen Draco crumble a little bit before, but definitely they're definitely a strong enough player to beat Wampa or Rudolph in this scenario.
Alrighty then. They're just chatting it up in there, but we'll get there. Things are queued up.
There it is.
All right, Rudolph's got that A rank still. Or they've earned it back tonight. I can't remember if they had one at the start.
That's it at the start.
Alright, explosive start here from both players. A little bit of a quota lead from Draco, actually. Yeah, Draco just doing such a perfect... Draco is doing a textbook job of waiting for the straight damage lines to come up in the back and then clearing them while they are still together. And
Oh my god, 34?
Pretty convincing win over Rudolph.
Jeez!
Draco getting a little stuck tonight, trying to pick up some orbs that just weren't coming. Didn't pop the ice with that, very unfortunate.
Yeah, but still, just kind of blasting through their board right now. Rudolph is still like a sizable lead, but I don't really think it's going to be that impact. Never mind Draco with the lead themselves.
Yeah, I think,
Ooh, this ice could be a little bit tricky. They just need to make sure she's not over clear. Okay, they're good.
I think we're actually getting to a point where Rudolph needs to be a little more conscientious of the type of damage they're sending, because they're sending Draco too many nice
resources,
nice lines in the back, and they're not doing a good job of making sure they get disrupted. Doing big chains feels good, but at the same time, Magician's pattern is extremely rubber bandy. Like, look at that! Draco just cleared their entire board in the 3-chain.
Yeah, but now we actually cleared a bit of a spiral. Okay, good RNG, so they're still chilling. But they're also like struggling to kind of close it out. Never mind.
And
they're not struggling at all.
Draco doing a very good job making sure not to cause any collapsing or any extra clears on that last chain too. Specifically throwing the match onto a spire.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like,
correct there, getting or mid-air correct.
Ooh, holding onto a green item just for a little bit later. They do have that lead. Oh my god!
Early
Okay,
that
good.
It might actually end up being worth it. Unfortunately, there were just not many green orbs on board when it popped.
Yeah, especially they were forced to just pop it early because of the way that like the damage is going on to Draco's side.
A little hairy. Alright, Rudolph.
And Rudolph with a strong quota kill on his own side. My god.
Yeah, Rudolph an absolute monster on deck. So not envious of anyone who has to play them here.
I think like what you're talking about, like, you know, with Rudolph like having to like be a little bit more careful with like the, you know, the full damage routing. I feel like with Beth, he's allowed to like be more liberal with like how long his chains and the damage is gonna be. Just because of like how mean like that pattern is.
That being said, Draco is doing an incredibly good job of properly reading and clearing the ice. Oh! Unfortunately, not able to get that combo to resolve fast enough. And
I think they actually needed that green to resolve.
No, they had a big match on the side that cleared, but I'm pretty sure it was enough. But they needed to force the quota counter to count down. And you
I thought they were just short and they actually pulled back on the green. I thought that's what happened there.
I would have to check the VOD to see if they had enough for the quota.
Yeah.
It was close.
It was very close though. I wouldn't be surprised if like, you know, either or.
Alright.
But getting some standing on their side.
Death, very free-form pattern. Just lots of material on board. You can kind of just vibe and do whatever you want. But it's dangerous.
Yeah.
If you play
when you're the attacker as Death, you love to play as her. When you're the one on the back foot, oh man, is it a miserable experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Because especially like once ice gets starting to introduce on her side, you have to pray to God to have the right color on deck ready to pop it. Otherwise, you're just gonna be.
You're gonna end up.
You're just ready to guarantee the quota loop. But
all right, Draco taking 2 quick rounds on quota in a row.
Yeah.
Definitely figured something out after the first 2 rounds. Kind of got them off on the back foot. Oh wow, just letting the pattern push something into alignment. That very small optimization, which is well played.
Ooh, big yellow clear, especially with like the ice clone.
The pattern pushes it out of alignment too, yeah.
Oh my god!
And Rudolph goes a little too hard and runs out of material on the sides.
Yeah.
So Draco up 2-0.
Yeah, even if Rudolph wins this, that means he's gonna have to deal with
Fortune.
Draco's character.
Oh, we're going to Hermit.
We're actually doing the quick skill check. Can you handle the pattern?
Yeah, Hermit definitely the second strongest I'm going to just kill you character in the game.
Yeah. Like what, right behind Father Strength?
I wouldn't say it's right behind, but behind Father Strength for sure. Father Strength's pattern is just like a whole nother level of malicious.
Fair enough.
Sends an extra line of damage for pretty much any clear, and has the one extra missing orb in the middle throws off your orb counting abilities. So the pattern actually just like doesn't give you enough material to like self-perpetually chain on its own. So you have to be extremely clean in your gameplay, not to just run out of material on the edges. And that being said, it's also a pattern that only pushes the edges, so it's incredibly hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Much of that holds true for Hermit as well, but because there's the one extra piece in the middle, and they are a medium strength character instead of a strong character.
Oh my god.
They send a little bit less damage. We've got a real, there's some real scrambling going on. A lot of small ball getting played on this pattern because Hermit does not give you a chance to make big, friendly, pretty clears. You gotta fight for every orb on this pattern.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Rudolph putting together a fantastic 7-chain, though Draco not far behind. Actually gonna win on quota.
Yeah, no, Draco's like defense, especially like on the left and right spires, was just absolutely phenomenal. Using a lot of like the lag clear time from the chains to just buy them so much more time to just really clean up the board right at the end.
These last couple of years, it's been the Rudolph and Wampa show, but this year I think we've already seen one of them lose a tournament. So this could be the year where we see them get put on the back foot. Yeah, Rudolph dropping into losers. Poor birdup gonna have to play Rudolph for fifth. Unprecedented.
Oh my god. I think this is like the lowest that Rudolph has ever been in a bracket. Obviously, not the lowest that he's finished, mind you, but like the lowest spot that he's ever been in a loser's bracket.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Deka.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit. All right. You got any bracket information for me?
I do have some bracket information. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. All right.
I want birdup to really hear next week's one.
Yeah. So
very loudly.
So on February 21st, next Wednesday, everybody's favorite game is making a return, Pequena. The
first to one menace.
The first to one menace. Everybody's favorite sexy penguin ice block matching game is making its return for the first time in like over a year, I think.
It was a bird.
Since we found out it was a first to one game.
Yeah. It ran very long the last time we ran it. But it's a very fun Cascade style game. If you're a fan of Cleopatra's Fortune or what's the other one? Pack Attack. This is definitely a game that you will want to hop in and try.
There's a wrinkle. We're doing the PlayStation version.
Oh, we're trying the PlayStation version this time.
There's another wrinkle. The PlayStation version is just the SNES ROM on a disc plus like one extra mode. But it should be a lot smoother for us running through DuckStation than through SNES
we had a lot of funny time vortex shenanigans going on last time.
That's gone. DuckStation works pretty good, and maybe a couple months down the line we'll do some magical stuff with that. But that's neither here nor there.
All right. And then on February 28th, not the last day of the month because it's a leap year, we are going to be running, oh my god, the combination snake and columns style 3-in-a-row matching game where you make combos to lengthen your opponent's snake and shorten your own. There are some fun there's some interesting self-perpetuating, self-clear mechanics where if you make a match using the snake itself in the air, you get some power-ups that help keep your board in line because you don't really send much garbage in this game, but you place pieces incredibly quickly. So your board will fill up at a breakneck pace. And you need every tool you can get to keep that at bay. It is a very easy game to pick up and a very strange game to master. I definitely recommend giving this one a spin. And then next month, we've got the return of Money Idol Exchanger. It's been a little while since we ran it, and we are going to bring it back. This will be the first event we've run for Money Idol Exchanger this year, and hopefully someone will be able to, maybe we'll see another stranger rise up from the ashes and defeat the menace.
One of you guys has got to make Butts BB bleed. He's been on the throne way too long.
And then March 13th, we have Pedal Crash. Pedal Crash 2 is coming out, so this is a good chance to get some practice under your belt before the new game releases.
Pedal Crash Online is free.
Pedal Crash Online is free, so you no longer have to worry about buying it to enter. Everyone can try it. March 15th, the Guru Lobby got the best of us, so we are running everybody's favorite washing machine style puzzle game. You control both the pieces and your board, and you make matches by spinning it and letting gravity push things into place. Very interesting game. And to round out, or I guess not to round out the month, but on March 20th, we have Weltris, which is probably the most violent Tetris game I've ever played. If you don't really like Tetris stacking blocks and making line clears, that's okay. You can just body block your opponent and kill them in this game.
It
You
feels
don't
like
have to know
fencing.
how to play Tetris to win. You can
Oh God, no.
you can just engage in hand-to-hand combat and go for the throat. An absolutely hilarious game to both watch and play. I definitely recommend checking this one out as well.
It might be the funniest of the things we've listed for our lineup in the next 2 months.
It honestly might be. If you thought Azumanga Daioh was the violence bobble, Weltris is the violence Tetris.
God.
And it is very shared boards are truly something special.
And I think that's gonna do it for us. We can go ahead into the remainder of bracket.
Yep. Up next, who are we going to see? See winners, losers, semis, or losers quarters, or winners final? That's the question.
We got Birdup and Rudolph.
All right. Oh, Rudolph lost their A. That loss to DracoMurai must have caused a giant exchange of elo.
Wow.
So maybe Rudolph, if they're feeling spicy, they can take it back from Birdup, who was once an A-ranked player as well. Standard magician start. No lovers gentlemen for Valentine's Day. We should have just run a lovers only tournament. even though it's a qualifier, it would have been funny. Oh wait, I forgot to switch off the bumper. Whoops. Alright, we're in game. Right, we are off to an explosive start. A lot of ice coming in. Birdup, barely on the back foot, just one clear short of making the making quota. Tempo just a little bit in Rudolph's favor. A little bit of an unfortunate play from Birdup there. Probably meant to pick up that yellow orb, but it got buried. Birdup doing a good job maintaining board state, keeping his board very clean. But Rudolph still just has the lead on quota. Rudolph's just making those little micro optimizations and getting double clears at every possible opportunity. That's how you every time you make a double clear that's six orbs and your opponent matches a 3, that's if you're both basically always making a clear like these players are, that's a 3-point lead in your favor. We're going to Chariot. Chariot and Sun, definitely Birdup's 2 signature characters for a counter pick. Though he's been struggling a little bit lately as all of the competition has gotten significantly better at these low tier quota characters that were once his signature thing. I'm off to a little bit of a rocky start. Makes better use of the power orb than Rudolph, though. Does a great job stacking up some double clears as well. The second power orb is really dangerous. Yep, Birdup doing a good job to avoid it, because the extra clear chain that it forces has cost many people games as their opponent slides under in quota during their clear. Red power orb is kind of interesting. It's a pattern not known for having a lot of red in it. Break doing a good job. Slowly building a lead. Another very underappreciated skill is recognizing when the board is going to kind of make clears on its own and doing work elsewhere. On these lower tier characters, Birdup is very familiar with how their patterns come together, and so he's very good at kind of letting the board do its own thing while he sets up multi-clears in other spots. And that's one of the reasons he's so proficient at them. Rudolph has quite a bit of a quota lead here, but yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunately, too far ahead for Birdup's large match to close the distance. Well, this is a power orb start. Neither player pulls up high enough to get it, though. So though we will likely see a power orb show up on the right side of the board. Yep, there he goes. The red showing up on Rudolph. Big triple clear from Birdup. Getting a lot of momentum here. But he's running out of garbage. There's not much material left on board. Okay, he does have enough to close the round. He's gonna even it back up 1-1. But he has a mountain to climb. Beating Rudolph on one of Rudolph's counter picks is no easy feat.
Using violence or?
Alright, death it is.
Yeah, not only choosing the violent character, just intentionally just delaying it out, so... Give him some time to think about what you go from here. Oh my god, very deep start on Rudolph's side. And
both players doing a good job preserving the rainbow orb.
There we go. But Birdup with
to pop
big ice clear?
But actually gets the easiest board of his life. And just like that, he's got a 50 quota lead.
Yeah, but the resources are going to be...
finish. Yep. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Jesus.
Whether intentional or not, that was absolutely perfect ice play from Birdup.
No, 100%.
just clearing the entire board in 2 matches.
Another big ice play that he could go for. Goes for the red, but still has very clean pass. Oh my god, on the right side.
Alright, these straggler yellow orbs. Oh yeah, but gets caught up in the on the left side.
Yeah. And that's why I'm not getting as favorable ice colors on birdup's board, but still for the most part, like had like the right idea as far as control wants to be. But a lot of ice coming in once again. We're gonna go for the blue, we're gonna go for the yellow. Oh, a little bit scattered on the resources this time.
Yeah. Rudolph building up quite a cool lead here. That first round is definitely gonna be one to go back and watch, though. Seeing what birdup. Oh, Rudolph's gonna die to pressure. So birdup has a solid chance to get a break point here, which would be huge. His son and his chariot are world class, to say the least.
Right.
Even the best players can't take games off of birdup's son and chariot consistently.
What's Dakota doing for Rudolph right now after a resolution? Ooh, it's big, but birdup has to deal with a bunch of ice. Can he get the blue to connect to the center? Not quite. So there's gonna be a really close photo finish.
Oh, he counted 1 orb off! birdup had it! Just miscounting his quota.
Over. Yeah, he didn't... I think what made it worse is that, like, he was very much expecting that last change to resolve, so he didn't have, like, the backup clear just in case. The Rudolph was just able to just, you know, ride the wave of, like, the 10+ quota.
Yeah, birdup definitely not happy with that one.
No, 100%.
Especially not now that, Rudolph is... Oh, but the quota race here is still...
I mean, yeah, I was about to say, this is, like, very tight on that end. And birdup is honestly, like, getting a lot of good colors for ice clear as well.
Oh! Rudolph's going
or he can just straight up kill, why not? That is also a win condition we can go with.
Yeah, it's not... You don't expect to see it on death from players of this level, but... It can happen.
Right now, birdup in a very good position, pretty much guaranteeing that he gets the final counter pick in the set. But Rudolph going for the filtration tactic, trying to just straight up knock out birdup with a hermit pick.
Yeah, hermit definitely the modern cudgel. If you're gonna check to see if somebody has the best of survivability, hermit is the character you pick. Right. Birdup's board looking a little hairy. Rudolph has lots of space, but not necessarily lots of obvious clears either. Oh no, Rudolph runs out of greens! I think that was an accidental match, throwing into the 5th column instead of the 4th column. And that causes a pretty immediate top out, because you do not get any room for error against Hermit. If you make an error, it is basically impossible to bail out the spires on the left and right side without a clear going on. Oh, fantastic play from Rudolph, squeaking one last piece onto the top of the spire to get rid of a straggler orb. Alright, birdup intentionally breaking up, Rudolph, once again, going for something a little too aggressive and did not have enough time to make the clear that they needed.
Yeah.
I witnessed that play, and as I saw it happen, I was just like, ooh, that is a very risky play to make. The intention was good. Like, I liked the idea of the board shuffle that they were going for, but the finger speed was simply not there.
But, oh, birdup in a really awkward position. Yeah, yellow's just kind of cornered all over the place, so...
Yeah,
Rudolph
doing a
aimed
very
to-
good job keeping the board clean that round.
This is game to give himself one more life in the tournament. But right now, oh, actually, Rudolph very much comfortable as far as quota is going right now. Especially since birdup is only able to do just 3-piece clears.
Oh yeah, not gonna build up much pressure doing that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Hello?
just enough time, treads water. And Rudolph dropping out at 5th, I think is the lowest placement he might have ever gotten.
Yeah.
Incredible play from birdup there.
I didn't think Rudolph was that close to actually being pressured out. Jesus.
I forgot to update the round name once again.
Not sure if that counts as an upset, but oh man.
Oh, that's definitely an upset. I don't know if birdup has ever beaten Rudolph or Juanpa in bracket. Oh wait, no, he might have. I think he did it for the first time earlier this year, actually.
Last year.
Almost birdup in chat saying I almost completely fell apart after I lost that death round by 1. But he made an incredible comeback and stayed in it. What a crazy bracket we've got going on here. Rudolph, birdup, Scherzo, losers semis, not uncommon. However, what is incredibly uncommon is that the winner's side of this is Juanpa and Draco, and not Juanpa and Rudolph.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a very violent set, especially considering like the way that we've been seeing just. I think has Draco even dropped a single game?
No.
No.
Yeah, and beating Rudolph 3-0 is pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
If this is a game, or if this is the tournament you're going to ride momentum to a bracket win, this is the time to do it, because momentum is definitely in Draco's favor here. Oh, we are going to winners finals.
Yes. But jeez. Oh my god, another raid! Not sure if we mentioned it a while ago, but Polar Bear raided, not quite a bit of ways, but full throttle Tetris, thank you for showing up.
Wow, we're popping.
My goodness. I know everyone wants to say what's up.
I mean, it's a good night to raid. The competition has been unbelievable. We thought this was going to be a quick 12-person bracket, and we are seeing fireworks non-stop right now.
Not to mention a complete dark horse coming out from Draco, because, like, Lord.
A dark horse for the Puzzle Wednesday scene, perhaps, but definitely not a dark horse in the bracket.
As far as, like, major, yeah.
Because... Yeah, but definitely a dark horse for those who only tuned into Majidoro Masters last year. Draco has put in an incredible amount of work, and they have gone from when they first started playing, they were at a point where I would reliably 3-1 them, and now here they are on pace to win bracket with unbelievable momentum, beating some of the one of if not the best player in the world.
Looks like
I mean, they already did it against Rudolph, so who's to say they can't do it again?
All right. Juanpa, however, not going to take anything sitting down.
Oh
And,
no,
you
absolutely
have the
not.
game
Like,
on screen, Deka.
Oh, I'm still on the bracket screen. Ah, why did I do this to myself?
I also just realized that like the bracket match actually started. So.
Yep. All right.
Oh my god, taking very much of the way. Wampa with the first round. But that being said, as far as quota goes, very close.
Very
A
good play
little
from
bit.
Juanpa there, splitting up, letting part of the board clear itself, and then making another match elsewhere.
Unfortunately, Draco's board has been shattered, and it's still getting shattered quite a bit.
Yeah,
So yeah, definitely going to be losing that quota race by a good margin.
Right, opting for blue. On these power orb round starts, especially with a rainbow orb, the color you pick can do a lot to start.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes, if you pick the right color, your whole board will just disappear in one go.
Ooh, pretty much all clear gaming, holding on to that blue and just had enough to get a little bit started.
Yep, Draco definitely showing knowledge of the character pattern. Knew that if they held on to that one blue orb, the next two orbs coming up, whether the pattern had ice or not, were going to be blue orbs.
Another massive start coming out from Draco's side. Ooh, slowing down a little bit. Yeah, slow down a little bit, so Wampa kind of creeping in on that quota counter. Never mind, after the resolution, Draco still has a pretty safe lead.
Big multi-clear.
Yeah, but the screen...
That's enough! But is the chain too long? There's too much cascading going on, and Juanpa's gonna squeak under Draco, who definitely had the lead and the win in the bag. But
yes,
Juanpa snagged it from the jaws of defeat. Alright, so the counter pick is going to be interesting here.
Sorry, Temperance?
Temperance. Very interesting.
Really? I don't think this character is really that popular either, right?
No, most of the time, if you're gonna play Temperance, people just pick Judgment. Unless your name is Templanza, of course. Who is also actually a high-tier picker in bracket, despite being named after Temperance. But I think the logic here is Draco was feeling was looking extremely competent on the magician-style flatline pattern. Wow, wins by one quota.
By the way, one. Jesus. Anyways, go on.
But as I was saying, Draco has been looking extremely proficient at these flat lines patterns, where the damage that comes up is just a full straight line of orbs. And so it makes sense that they would want to, like, just mix it up a little bit with Temperance instead of going to, say, Hierophant, but keeping the same general vibe, which is the flatline patterns, although Temperance is a logical pick.
Right.
So, Juanpa also looking quite fresh in this pattern as well.
Yeah, Draco kind of got a little bit trolled last round with the double yellows down the middle and just not getting any of that color during like that latter part of the last round. But again, it's just like a lot of it is just kind of managing, you know, like, yeah, we got the flat lines, but like the way that it splits so early on in the damage pattern, like, you really have to be very proactive in going for the clears.
Oh, this is a disaster for Draco.
Yeah,
that's so
okay,
much ice. That's
cleared.
So much time spent wasted making, moving things around instead of making clears. Yeah, and Juanpa's going to If you give Juanpa an inch, they will take a mile. This is a character where how much garbage you send is incredibly important to manage. Oh, yep, Draco cutting the chain there. Doesn't want to send any extra damage that they don't have to. Because the aforementioned flat lines, you don't want to send them, honestly. They're really easy to clear, and they give you a huge quota boost. You want to receive them, but you don't want to send them. So you really need to be careful about how you make them. Oh no! That was
wondering about the clears.
Draco. Alright, Empress would be Empress would be who I would consider Draco's signature pick, but let's see who we get.
So that... Okay.
Draco definitely one of the elite group that can consistently quota on World and Empress, so you see them pick those characters a lot, but going with Daughter Strength instead. Alright, I really like that play, making sure that the ice pops, but unfortunately doesn't deal with the Spire in the middle fast enough. Has a huge quota lead, but the play was not there. Alright, we get a redo. It's the same board again. Gonna pop the orb immediately this time. Less thinking, more winning.
Yeah. It's very much the energy of press big buttons, deal big damage.
For sure, yeah. Daughter Strength, definitely the strongest, I've mentioned it before, definitely the strongest non-hidden character, but her pattern is definitely manageable if you understand how to use the two dump columns to manage your board. You really have to be cognizant of what you throw down there and make sure you have enough material to continue to offload into them to get lateral clears, but that's definitely a way to keep the pattern in a manageable state. Oh wow, what a run to quota by Juanpa. Just absolutely impeccable.
Juanpa on set point right now. Draco is trying to get themselves established early on, but okay, we got rid of the yellows and the reds on the left side, so...
Oh, actually, no, I was gonna say that looked like a bit of a misdrop with the reds on the top of the column instead of into the slot, but that preserved two reds that they almost immediately used to make another clear, so I guess it was a bigger brain play than I had planned for. Oh, that red into the column 2 is definitely a misdrop, and Juanpa's gonna take it 3-0. So, Juanpa with points on the line definitely wants this win. The first Majidoro Masters, we let Rudolph and Juanpa in for free as first and second seed, but this time, not the case. They've got to earn that second seed. Or earn those seeds. Rudolph got...
And even though, like, Wampa definitely, like, won that 3-0, like, that was not a comfortable 3-0, honestly.
It didn't feel like a 3-0, because every game went to round 5, but...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Draco just not able to
close in a game. Yeah, unfortunately not, but, I think there's definitely just, like, part of it is just the nerves of dealing with Wampa in general.
Yeah, you run into Juanpa or Rudolph or really any of your bracket demons, and you get to a point where you're like, I'm so close to winning, all I have to do is not lose, and then
Exactly.
your brain shuts down, and that is when losing becomes inevitable.
Yeah. I think it just didn't help that, like, he was very much playing the high risk, high reward characters as well against someone like Wampa. So, you know, dropping something in the wrong column compared to playing something like Lovers or even Devil to like an extent. Having a misdrop on like those characters isn't as bad compared to someone like the Strength picks.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
strength sends a lot of damage in steep spires. If you make a misdrop, you will notice that you made a mistake very quickly. And there's
Exactly.
very little room to recover from a mistake like that.
Yep, our next
Right.
match is online, and it is birdup versus Scherzo, loser semifinals.
Alright, we are in. Perfect timing, right as they begin. birdup thinking for a second about where they wanted to throw that orb. But good job playing in the middle. Scherzo found a second power orb now. Might not necessarily be a good thing though, because it's sending birdup a lot of good material to clear with. And birdup's going to squeak by with 11 quota. A lot of good double clears from birdup there. Let's see how Scherzo is going to answer. Scherzo kind of stuck playing the center board here, which is not really where you want to be in Magician's pattern. You want to keep the edges of your board clear and throw the center off to the sides. But sometimes it is unavoidable, and Scherzo's actually going to come out on top. Another very close match. 10 orbs is not a lead. That is very much so within, like, the slightest. You're basically one match away at that point, especially on a pattern like this. Ooh, big jump there. Oh, enormous blue.
There's a playing with fire right now, but still having a semblance of life. Ooh, big blue clear. That might be enough. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh, and another 11 orb difference. I love when the Bacchanals sync up together. We're up in a bit of interesting spot, getting these small clears down the middle.
Yeah, a lot of, like,
unfortunately, the big lines in the back get pushed out of alignment.
Yeah, I was about to say the stability of his board is getting worse and worse. Oh, yellow not gonna do anything in the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
does not have any material to work with. Too much reorganizing to do. I'm sure So's gonna win that one. Oh, quick chariot pick. birdup's got a game plan and he's sticking to it. Scherzo was in chat earlier saying something along the lines of, man, birdup's chariot really is unbeatable. And let's see if he can live up to that reputation. Ooh, those reds coming out of alignment for birdup a little unfortunate. But it still has a little bit of a lead over Scherzo. Oh, and it comes down to the one match! And Scherzo simply resolves first. A 1 orb loss. Such a... That's an agonizing defeat. Birdup playing with fire here. His board getting a little tall. And he's not really making much of it either. There's a lot of material on board, but it's not lined up well for big clears. Oh, here's the big yellow. That evens everything back out. Oh, I like dumping those reds off to the side there. Oh, but I don't know if Birdup has enough time. He does!
Wow, what a finish.
Yeah. Scherzo definitely had enough in clears to make quota there, but Birdup resolving a tiny bit faster. Birdup manually bringing up some lines there to make extra value out of that power orb. Big ice match. Ooh, very nice ice match from Scherzo as well, though, but Birdup has gotten off to such a strong start this game that it's going to be a very difficult lead to overcome. Yeah. Birdup stacking up on that 5th column to close the round. The defining feature of this pattern, definitely the big chunk of yellow orbs that comes in the middle. A trait many of the mid-tiers share. And it's really a big part of this match is how do you deal with that? Oh, I think Birdup might be short, but she has exactly enough! Those last 2 lines coming up underneath of the 3 orbs he was throwing, but he had exactly enough orbs to make quota there, and he's going to go 1-1. Alright, are we going to see our first Empress of the night? Looks like it. Oh wow, even looking at the ELO ratings, 2217 to 2241. This is almost an exact 50-50. Slight lead to Scherzo, but could definitely go either way. Neither player pulling up very much. Both of them definitely capable of making quota on this character, so interesting to see neither of them really go for the quota play. This pattern is a risk breaker. You have to make so many matches to get to quota. You earn every single one of those points.
Yeah, Empress is definitely one of the other bully very that, as far as like the base roster goes for.
Yeah. For a very, very long time, Empress and World would have been considered pressure characters, but now we've reached a point where some of our players are so good that this is like a pretty reliable quota pick. But it's a real test of endurance and fundamentals. You have to be really good at setting up double clears to make good headway on this character in terms of quota, and so it's one of those characters where the better player almost always wins. Despite having a pretty significant quota lead there, Scherzo tops out. the power orb showing up on the left side there for birdup, and the right side for Scherzo, means that you can store it pretty late in the game, because Empress does not send like any pressure on that side. So birdup saved it with the intention of using it for survival. But unfortunately for him, I don't think survival is what he should have been worried about, because he's currently like 20 points behind on a character that is very difficult to make quote up on. If he survives, but he's in a very hairy spot right now. It's always really funny when you die and your opponent has like one match worth of order left.
Like, you could have just died one way, but you have to die by the natural course. Like, why do you have to?
Yeah.
Yeah, birdup with like a very clean start, just like, you know, evening out the board. You can easy access both like grabbing and like just getting like
the board has gone sour.
Yeah.
And that got out of control very quickly. If you run out of material to keep clearing on these strong characters, the damage just rolls right in.
Speaking of roll of damage, we got like the high start as well for the game 5, so making like the starting attacks is really slow and it's really awkward to work with, because also having to think about how to accept damage and chain off of it. A little bit weird, but Scherzo, space-wise looking good. birdup, resource-wise.
Oh, birdup is iced!
Yeah.
Oh, and that's such an unfortunate round to lose. birdup going up 2-1 would have been huge for him, but... Right, we're gonna see Star. Star, Chariot, Sun, these characters all have almost exactly the same pattern. So, if you're good at them, you've got a lot of counterpicks to work with. Fortunately for birdup, that damage, or the power orb, clearing 4 orbs, the match of yellow that activated the power orb was so big it took off almost every yellow that was on the board. He has a pretty significant lead this first round, though. It's going to be very difficult for Scherzo to come back from a 45 deficit, and round 1's going to go to birdup. Multi-clear. A little bit of all-clear gaming from birdup here. Costs him a couple of seconds, unfortunately. Did not have any material to clear that first orb of ice that popped up. A rare case where the center spire was blue instead of yellow. Each character's damage pattern for their color is 8 lines, but their ice pattern is a separate 8-line board, and you pull from both at the same time. So like, you pull line 1 from the damage pattern, and then the second line you send is ice, you pull line 2 from the ice pattern. So because a lot of the characters send lines in groups of 4, patterns tend to repeat pretty reliably, but occasionally you get instances where the parts of the pattern come out of order, and so you see funny ice orientations that you wouldn't normally see. But we've got some fun power orb starts and some very large clears will push them out of alignment. Right, birdup on game point here. Did not manage to get last round, but off to a great start this round with the way the board was off there. Ooh, good job letting the greens come into alignment there. Scherzo has found a blue power orb that I don't think birdup has been acquainted with yet. Oh, yeah, and that power orb was the game changer. Scherzo winning by a solid 45 there. Really got to be aggressive on these quota characters, pulling up extra lines at every possible opportunity so you can find extra power orbs. birdup finds the power orb first, but Scherzo is quick behind, so the quota is still relatively close. birdup only needs 2 more matches or so, and he gets it. Okay, so 2-2, but Scherzo's counter. Oh, are we gonna go to a high tier? Which one? We're gonna go to World. Scherzo looking to double Jeopardy birdup, having one on Empress. Wants the clone. A strong strategy. If you've got the option to pick the same character twice, might as well. Especially on a character that's so fundamentals oriented. Alright. Very close on quota, but Scherzo losing handle on the board. Gonna top out. birdup just going for the power orb immediately. Which, based on how the board played out, I don't think it mattered actually. I think they came out pretty good. Oh, birdup does not have any material to work with. Okay, finds an out. Does get stuck having to wait for some orbs that he really wants to have to wait for, but... Oh! It wins on quota. Scherzo, this is the spot Scherzo came back from and won 3 in a row, though, so... It's a tall order, but it's not impossible, and it has been done. birdup playing with fire a little bit here. Yeah. Accidentally burned a few more orbs in the critical, like, right side spire than I think he anticipated. Oh, yeah, he's a little tangled up on this right side. Okay, good down stack. Oh, Scherzo getting tangled up! He's gonna top out on the left side. So that's actually a run back win for birdup there. Scherzo put birdup in losers, and birdup's gonna knock him out of the tournament.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, just very quick. I said it in chat earlier. I was sad that we didn't get to stream the first set of me versus Scherzo because it was an absolute banger. It was like that last set was really good, but the set before that one was even better. Like if you could go back and watch the VOD of me and Scherzo playing in winner's side, probably one of the best sets I've ever played in my whole life. Just like super close every round. Same sort of story, like almost the exact same thing that happened there, but imagine game 5 also went to round 5 and was decided by like 2 bubbles. It was wild. So Scherzo is playing on fire tonight. It doesn't hurt when you lose to somebody who's playing really good. So hopefully he doesn't, feel the same way. Because like when I lost in winners, I was just like, all right, sick. He's playing like a demon. So like when you're both playing good, it just the results feel really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have to go play.
Yeah, it's you. You're up against Draco now.
Yeah. So I'll go do that, and maybe I'll hop back on if I'm out. If not, root for me in Grands, hopefully.
Will do. That was a little jump in from birdup there. The overall organizer of our Majidoro Masters event. Big shout outs to them. Without his help, this would never have come together. It was his creation, and we are very thankful for that. You're right, they're in. Fightcade let me in. All right, we've got eyes on the prize. Draco, definitely the player to watch this season. Oh, we've got the double red magician start. Fun little bug. If player 2 picks the player 1 color and then player 1 times out on the character, you both get the player 1 character. Oh wow. birdup just immediately losing a handle on the board. Oh, that was an unfortunate whiff from birdup. Missing the greens down that column 4 or column 3. A bit of a damper on the momentum there. And Draco has just looked absolutely unstoppable on these flat line patterns. Unfortunately, runs out of material with all of the, despite having all of the beautiful lines in a row. But Draco with the tempo win. Oh no, birdup ran out of material. Had nowhere to put those blue orbs. And Draco taking a very convincing game 1. birdup locking in that chariot pick before Draco can even get the like frame 1 summon on the secret character is very funny. Ooh, big yellow clear. Draco has an opportunity to take it as well. Not quite as optimal as birdup's, but still doing very well on quota. The lead is slowly building for birdup, though. So this particularly rough patch of the pattern. Oh, only needs 2 orbs. Over chains, but 20 quota victory to birdup. This would be a devastating loss for birdup. He basically has to win this. Can't really afford to lose on your counter pick in this scenario. Draco getting a little caught in the middle here. Not having any good chances to hit the side of the pattern. birdup sliding into victory there. Little rough at the end, but definitely a comfortable lead. Saves the yellow orbs to get the ice clear. Smart play. Draco actually getting a better ice clear than birdup did. More damage came in, but a top out. Interesting. Not very common on Chariot. Tower. Alright. Our second tower match of the day. This match is going to look very different than the one that I played earlier. And this may go to quota. Tower has historically been a pressure character because he has the same shape as Father Strength, who has the nastiest shape, the worst damage. Very bad time overall, but his color pattern is much more friendly than Father Strength's is. And his ice in particular can lead to some very funny outcomes. You see here, birdup has done what we colloquially call going to the disco. Because there is an unlimited amount of clear ice in the tower's board, and he gives you 4 chances at rainbow orbs, you can clone them infinitely, more or less. And if you do so, it is very difficult to die. It doesn't necessarily mean you are going to outpace your opponent in clear rate, because we've seen people go to the disco and still lose on quota. But if you go to the disco and successfully perpetuate your disco orbs, the chance of you losing to pressure is very low. So it becomes a skill check on your opponent for sure. So tower definitely not going in Draco's favor there. 3 quick pressure victories from birdup. And so we're going to see Hierophant. Magician was a very convincing win for Draco, so we are going to look for a repeat of that. Seeing as Hierophant and Magician have almost exactly the same pattern. The only difference being a couple of the color of their power orbs. Which has basically no change up there. And once again, looking very convincing in Draco's favor. 25 quota lead, 25 quota win. birdup gets a pretty nice clear there. Unfortunately, the cascade is a little slow on those blue orbs. I do like that he saved a blue orb to make sure he would have material, because the ice pattern for Magician and Hierophant heavily favors blue orbs. You really want to have blue on deck for when that big ice spire comes in, because it like 5 or 6 lines in a row vertically will be connected, and there are big horizontal lines to clear, so the fact that you can connect a lot of vertical lines in a single match means big quota potential. Very good job managing the ice pattern this time. Oh, but what an enormous clear, and just like that, 40 quota lead for Draco. Quick 3-0. So it has come down to birdup's counter pick. I think we're going to see either Sun or Star. This Star it is. Birdup saying, if you can double Jeopardy me with Hierophant Magician, I can double Jeopardy you with Star and Chariot. Draco actually looking pretty strong this round, though. Quota lead definitely not significant in either player's favor. Tempo slightly in the favor of Draco, but it could come down to this resolving both players ticking down at the same time, but Draco had a little bit of an advantage. And so round one is going to go to Draco. Big yellow clear for birdup. A lot of rubber banding is going to happen because of big clears, though. When you make a big ice clear, you tend to send a big ice clear to your opponent's side of the board. If you're ever playing this game and you feel like you're struggling and you look over and the game's actually really close, that's why. If you're sending good damage to your opponent is probably sending good damage back to you. If you're sending bad damage to your opponent is probably sending bad damage back to you. Having to pop that ice with red, very unfortunate for birdup. It's actually looking really grim. Down 2 rounds, and pretty significant quota lead here. Gonna need to pull out something special. Oh, that was a beautiful double clear, though. But Draco is making some huge clears over there. Is that enough? No, it's not enough! Draco ticking down first. Gonna finish the game 3-2 with a convincing win on birdup's counterpick. A win to match the convincing win from birdup on tower. So we are entering grand finals. It is going to be Juanpa versus Draco. Yeah, both of those games literally came down to like single digit frames. When both of the quota counters are ticking down like that, the difference in who wins is like astronomically small.
Yeah, I think I actually lost a couple of those rounds because my number just happened to be higher to start.
Yeah,
So it had to count more numbers down.
And even then, it's not like it counts down one at a time. It counts down in big chunks. So like it's literally one or two extra frames.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever been clapped that hard twice in a row on Magician and Hierophant either. I think Draco might be like one of the best people to play that character at this point. It's wild. I don't think I took a round on either of them, and normally that's like one of my strongest characters.
Yeah, Draco has been doing an incredible job managing the damage pattern. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but yeah, the frames of the counter mattering is it's like 1 or 2 frames, but it makes a slight difference. It usually doesn't, but every once in a while it does.
Yep. I saw that I was watching it animate, and I was like, well, I guess that's all I could do. This tournament's been insane.
Yeah,
I thought it was. I think you mentioned it on the stream. I thought it was going to be kind of a sleepy one, so we only had like a dozen people. But there's been some absolutely wild matches during this event.
Yeah, it's like upsets left and right, nail biters left and right, haymakers being thrown, blowouts you wouldn't expect.
Well,
Like,
I'm looking forward to grand finals. I think Draco might shake off some of like the winner's final nerves and have a shot here.
yeah, that's definitely one of the weaknesses I've seen in Draco as they've made it far in brackets. They do tend to choke a little bit as the brackets come to an end, and Wampa and Rudolph are very comfortable in grand final scenarios. They have been there many, many times.
Yeah.
They are simply clocking into another day of the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Draco, new guy on site, has a little bit of that the first day nerves.
What was I gonna say? I think that might also be the first time that I've beaten Rudolph in tournament and then not immediately lost the next 2 sets. Also, it's happened like twice, and both times it's like I beat Rudolph and then I completely run out of steam and just get like clobbered twice in a row. So
yeah, no, your match against Scherzo after beating Rudolph was incredible.
Yeah, it was good. I had a little left in the tank there. Yeah. Also, I'm excited. I wasn't commentating at this point, but I saw Pequeña's coming back.
Yes, it is. We've got the PSX version, so
Yeah.
streaming it will be a little bit easier. We won't have to deal with as much of the time vortex that really bogged things down last time.
That's good. I texted my wife when you guys announced it. I was like, "You home next Wednesday?" She's like, "No, I'm still on my trip." And I was like, "Good." I'm playing Pequeña.
Can't let the wife see the sexy penguin. All right. As soon as they are in, we will get started. Draco may be needing a second to cool off, which is understandable.
Yeah, I feel like I should have taken a second after the Scherzo match, but we are you know things happen. Can't complain too much.
I've got the munchies. I'm struggling not to go like loudly crunch into something.
I have a flight at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning to go to Genesis.
Oh, that'll be fun.
To play some Magical Drop in California.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Sheridan, who's in the chat. But that means that I'm going to finish this bracket. I have to finish packing my bag, and then I have like 3 hours of sleep before I have to get into a cab to go to JFK. So I'm not,
But it's
not
for a good
particularly.
cause.
Yeah, hopefully I'll sleep on the plane, because otherwise I'm going to be a zombie.
Okay,
they're in.
That's definitely one of my superpowers. I'm pretty good at sleeping on a plane.
Yeah, I've had like travel anxiety issues crop up in the past, 6 months, which wasn't normally a thing for me. It used to be that you'd like put me on the tarmac and I'd be asleep until we like landed, but no longer. Maybe tomorrow if I'm sleep deprived, it'll work out. So I think this is Draco's second appearance in the grand finals. I heard you guys talking before, somebody who climbed the ranks really quickly.
Yeah.
Like basically the new age player, and it's nice with these like annual circuit kind of deals where last year we had a couple of players like Guckiwummpus didn't qualify for Majidoro Masters 1, completely learned the game in the off season and then came and qualified for Majidoro Masters 2. This time Draco didn't qualify for Majidoro Masters 1 or 2, didn't even play in tournaments at that point, learned the game during the off season, got really good really fast, just one of the people who's been grinding, and now is in with a second place, and I think he got third last tournament or something like that. Like, he's almost guaranteed at this point. That's a lot of points to have in the bank in February.
Definitely. Yeah, I believe they made in the preseason they got second place in a Thundaria bracket.
Yeah.
And they got third in the bracket last
week, yeah. So really good results for somebody who's like, these are their first handful of like actual tournaments playing against the top echelon of players. And definitely somebody, I think you mentioned this too, there was a while where like he would send me challenges on Fightcade, and I'd play a handful of games with him, and he wouldn't take like a round. And then he started taking rounds and taking games, and now it's like, you just beat me in bracket. It's not the first time he beat me in bracket either, so he's real good.
So close.
Yeah.
Almost getting a three round sweep on Wampa on Magician.
Yeah.
His first
I think
two rounds very convincing.
The key to beating both Wampa and Rudolph, it's like you gotta win the neutral match so that you can have your counter picks. So like trying to dropping Magician and then like staring down the hole of having to win on one of their counter picks is normally a tall order.
A little bit of a struggle here. This round.
Yeah.
Not able to pick up the orbs they want, I think. Just having a little bit of a hand tangle. But quickly dropping 2 rounds to Wampa is not a place you want to be.
No. But at least he had that 2-round cushion, right? He doesn't got to come back 3 rounds. He just needs to make 1.
Alright, finds the power orb. And we are now into the regular Magician pattern.
Yeah.
Oh no! Clears the red ones a little too quickly.
Yeah, second too soon there. But on Wampa's side, his board looks pretty jumbled. He's kind of untangling it now. Oh, we might get a really nice blue clear here. Yeah, Wampa picking up some quota, but he's still behind by like 20 or so, and there's not a lot of time to make that up. That should do it for... Yeah, Draco taking game 1. Nice.
Already doing better than Winners Finals.
Yeah, I think this is the first game Wampa dropped today. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Wampa was the first game that Draco dropped.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen High Priestess yet today.
No, High
She wasn't in any of my games.
High Priestess was, like, one of the most popular characters by far, and then all of a sudden she vanished.
Yeah.
A little bit of die last gaming there. Draco was in a very bad spot, and Wampa just topped out. Honestly, this is an interesting play to make against Draco, who has been completely domineering on these flatline characters. High Priestess isn't exactly the same as Magician, but...
Right, but if you get, if you're paying a lot of attention, you can definitely make those same sort of clears. Oh.
But unfortunately, getting a little tangled up on the spires.
Yeah, he had the lead there, too. I think part of her becoming less popular is she was the #1 Rudolph counter pick for a really long time. Anytime Rudolph dropped a game, you'd come here. And then he stopped picking her in favor of Death. And then I just like a lot less people started playing here, maybe because they were just less familiar. Poor Juicey, I know she's his favorite.
They're tearing those books with that librarian string.
Oh yeah. Oh!
So close, but unfortunately that spire on the left side.
And only 50 arms away.
Yeah, Draco maybe thinking they could squeeze into quota before the left. They had to come to. Oh no! That's a tragic misdrop.
All right, shake that one off.
On top of the reds. Yeah, you gotta just swallow that one. Don't let it get to you. Move on. Alright, we are going back to Hierophant. Or back to this pattern.
Right. We have had a lot of people tonight doing the
double jeopardy.
The double jeopardy, yeah. In some scenarios it worked out, but like my match versus Scherzo in losers, I was able to steal one, so it's not always gonna work. Oh.
A little bit of tangle there on the board.
I know that there is some, because I think I saw Sheridan mention in the chat before, there's some sentiment around like, should we allow this to happen? Right? Should we allow people to pick back to a character that has the same pattern as somebody they want on? And I think the only reason that I'm still kind of sticking to it, one, because it's just easier to explain to people, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to have like a cheat sheet. And 2, what do you do about the characters that have like one bubble different from one another? You know?
Yeah, like
How do you handle that?
Do you if you win on Sun, do you lose Justice and Star and
Chariot,
Chariot.
and yeah,
because there's like they're basic. It's like
all of those are
you
very
won't notice the difference in those patterns playing them unless you look at them under a microscope.
Yeah. But there's like the little tricks, you know, like using the right color ice to pop, or right color orbs to pop ice on Sun. That doesn't necessarily work as well on the other ones, but like, yeah, it's just such a, you open a can of worms when you're like, okay, how different is different enough that they should be banned?
Also, I mean, it rewards practicing characters that there are more than one of.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already the innate reward of we start on Magician, so
Yeah.
if Magician's your best character, which appears like it is for DracoMurai,
Yes.
you don't have to worry about making a counter pick if you
Right.
start on one.
That was my leg up for a long time too, is that Magician was one of my best characters, and I would win game 1.
Oh, great little shuffle there by Draco, tagging
Yeah.
one extra red orb on.
Oh, he's got this green that, okay, he got it, but I think he's dead here. Yeah. Oh, what a save! No! That was so close. He had that big pocket of green that had like little, you know, spires sticking off of it. Could have cleared a lot of the board and gotten it to collapse, but
I don't
it came
think
out of
they had a
alignment
green
right
on
before.
top.
Yeah, right before he got the actual green to clear it with. It came out of alignment. Oh, Justice. Yeah.
The second least dangerous character in the game in terms of pressure victories. Ooh, great opener for Drake.
Oh yeah, who do you rate above her as least dangerous?
As least dangerous? Fool.
Oh, I don't know about that anymore, honestly. It feels like people get overconfident on Fool. I feel like we see people die on Fool more now than die on her.
Maybe.
Her pattern is just so...
It's not just her. I mean, she has the
So-
same pattern as Sun. Or
Yeah.
yeah, she has the same pattern as Sun. She's just a weak character instead of a medium
Yeah.
character. So she just sends no damage.
Yeah. So I think Draco was missing that round too, is like I didn't see a lot of double clears out of him.
He
He's
had
already
a
started-
beautiful opening with like a
Yeah, that
triple
one
clear,
was-
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, after that, it kind of just slowed down.
Yeah, he did it again here. He got like a double or a triple right off the bat, and now he's just stuck on singles. And Wampa turning that power orb into like 4 different double clears in a row.
Big ice clear though.
I see somebody mention in the chat asking if it's mirror matches only. That is correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the character. Wow, we saw a 38 win by Juanpa, and then a 39 win by Draco.
Yeah.
Big swing going on there.
The character disparity is just so large between the good and the bad characters
Yeah.
that we want to reward you for learning and specializing in characters, whether they are good or bad. And we don't want to make it so that everybody just picks Father Strength, because he's just objectively better than everybody else.
And it's not even close.
It's not close.
Like, we say Hermit is like the second best character, but there's like a tier gap.
Yeah, there's like
between-
a double S and an S.
All right, another pretty sizable quota gap between
One.
for the win there at almost 30 again.
One round away here for Wampa. Last month was his worst tournament placing I'd ever seen, with a gentleman's 3rd place. He's trying to get back on top of the mountain here.
Oh, what a giant!
That was
clear.
beautiful.
Oh, and there's another
Oh,
one.
that's another one. Yeah.
Absolutely impeccable use of the power orbs by Draco there.
He's saying we're playing at least. Oh, please stop comboing. Thank you.
Ryan, father strength is an honest word. Thanks, Robbie. Oh, this is a very messy nice start here.
Yeah, I honestly think that maybe the path that Wampa chose, in which he just decided to make a very large chain right off the bat, to just clear out the weird starting board, might give him a leg up here. Because he gets to play the offensive pattern better, yeah. Oh, that's nice from Draco to get all of that yellow.
Yeah, that's the downside of Wampa just comboing the whole board, though, is it sent Draco a lot of really nice material.
Ooh, nice.
It paid off.
Yeah.
Or I guess I should say it backfired. Alright, who are we gonna see? Hanged Man!
Oh, that was not gonna be my guess.
Not my guess either.
If you gave me 5 shots to guess who Wampa was gonna pick there, Hangman would not have made my top 5.
I love to see it, though. He's my boy.
Yeah. The just vibing character.
Yeah, Hanged Man is a weak character. Weak meaning he only sends 2 lines with a 2-chain. So it doesn't really matter how long your chain is. You're gonna send about 1 line per chain. So you can kind of just do whatever you want. Oh no! Draco getting a little tangled at the top board there. And Wampa with a pretty sizable quota lead as well.
Yeah, and he was in the middle of a combo. It probably was enough.
And Hanged Man is a character that is very similar to World and Empress in that you really have to earn almost every orb that you manage. There's a lot. This start has been pretty explosive, but once we get past the start, it's gonna be a lot of 3 and 4 orb matches.
Yeah.
And the real game changer for players who are good and players who are great is whether or not you can do all of this chaining and also make the multi-clears.
Yeah.
Which is something Wampa
is very good at. Yeah. Not only making the multi-clears, but like finding ways to kind of meld together those little pockets of 3 that he gives you.
Yeah. You gotta be careful that you don't accidentally clear away too many orbs and leave yourself
nothing to work with.
Nothing to work with, because it's very easy to end up with a lot of dead orbs in this pattern. And it's not a pattern you want to have to spend a lot of time shuffling around.
Well, that'll do it. Wampa, your Puzzle Wednesday Majidoro Masters 3 qualifier number 2 champion, claiming 15 big smacking points towards his qualification for our Invitational in June. Great bracket.
Yeah. So Wampa probably has solidified with that. That's like 2.
That's a punch in your ticket kind of number.
Yeah.
You know,
it's something like 21 points now or something like that. So
yeah, between a third and a
first. Pretty safe to say they will make it into the bracket at the end.
Yeah.
Especially if they continue to attend events.
They continue to attend, yeah. Because there's a little bit of that gatekeeping action where if they keep showing up, there's less points to go around.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always placing first, second, or third. You're preventing you're only leaving the scraps for people like me to fight for.
Well, you're on the big board now.
I am on the big board now. I've got more points this year than I did last year. All right, we're gonna have before we wrap things up for the night, I'm gonna do a quick recap of our upcoming events. Next week, for those of you who enjoy Cascade games like Pack Attack and Cleopatra's Fortune, we've got Pequeña, the funny ice penguin matching game. Very fun. Lots of chaos. Definitely first to 1. It's a good time. You should check it out.
Yeah, you don't even have to like those other games. You just have to like penguins, and you'll have a good time. Trust me, somebody who played that game for the first time last year and had a blast, and has been looking forward to it coming back into the rotation for a while.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't run it in a long time because we had a very hard time streaming it with the PSX, or not PSX, the SNES
Yeah.
emulator. It was putting us in a time vortex, and stream was like 50 seconds behind the match.
Yeah, and you had to have like the save file thing going on
Yeah,
too.
but with PSX, it's gonna run better than ever, and so we're bringing it back. It's gonna be a good time. Then on February 28th, we have Oh My God, which is you control, it's columns, but instead of a three piece that just drops down, you control a snake to orient your pieces. The snake can be anywhere from 3 to 7 pieces long. So your board
Jesus.
fills up very quickly, and you have a very large snake to manage. So very fun game. There's some built-in like self power up to help clear your board and keep things manageable. So it's very easy to pick up, and but it's very rewarding to master, and it's really cool to see some of the really good players put together chains you wouldn't expect, given how unruly the controls can get.
Can you play as biblically accurate angel?
I don't know if you can quite play biblically accurate angel, but you can play as a head that's only a mouth.
Oh, that's good.
All right, and then we're gonna shotgun march here. We are bringing back Money Idol Exchanger, the classic uppy downy that is not magical drop, though heavily inspired by it. You match coins instead of tarot themed orbs, and as they match, you get the next denomination. It's a very fun game, and I'd love to see some people show up and teach Butts that he's not number one in the world uncontested. I'd like to have a contest there. March 13th, we have Pedal Crash. Pedal Crash Online is now free, so you can join at no cost to yourself. We are continuing to run very fun brackets for this game in anticipation of Pedal Crash 2, which I believe is coming later this year. March 15th, we have the Guru Run Lobby striking again with everybody's favorite washing machine themed puzzle game. You move your pieces left and right, and you spin your board to make matches. It's a very unconventional game. Worth a look. If it's your thing, you're not gonna find anything else quite like it. So it's definitely worth a try. And then on the 20th, we have Violence Tetris, Weltris, where you and your opponent share a board and try to make clears and try not to die. It is a Tetris where you don't really need to know Tetris to win, because you can actually just move your pieces in such a way that you body block your opponent and prevent them from putting things on the board, which leads to your demise. It's very interesting, very excited to watch this one again. It was an absolute blast the last time we ran it, and so I'm definitely excited to see it happen again. And with that, that's all I have for tonight. If you have any if you know the future plans for Majidoro Masters 3.
I don't have a date for March yet, so I'll try to get that to you guys soon. So we'll have a Saturday tournament in March, and then we'll return here in April.
Yep.
Right, this is the month after March.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll return on a Puzzle Wednesday in April. So keep an eye out on the Magical Drop Discord. Check out playmagicaldrop.com if somebody wants to link that in the chat. If you aren't somebody who has super familiar with this game, you can learn how to play really quickly. I have like a 3-minute tutorial video that'll teach you pretty much everything you need to know to get started. If you're going to be in the San Francisco area, come check out Genesis this weekend. I'll be hanging out there and playing. There'll be a lot of good Super Smash Brothers going on too. And thank you to
Majidoro Masters points available at Genesis, or is that
no,
a separate
I have turned down. We moved away from that after Majidoro Masters 1, having the regional tournaments that award points, just because it feels like a lot to ask somebody to fly to California to earn some points. But it will be fun. There's a medal on the line. It's a very beautiful medal, so you can come and play. I have pamphlets. I have stickers. I have keychains. And then a thank you to the whole crew here at Puzzle Wednesday. You guys are my favorite to work with. Juicey and Crit, who had to log off, but thank you for commentary. Deka, obviously, for streaming and the commentary you do every time we do one of these. Much appreciated.
Yep. glad to help.
Masa and Raspberry Floof for running things in the bracket and keeping things on time and making sure everybody knows where they need to be. And to everybody who came out to play, and to everybody who's tuned in for the first time or for the millionth time, we really appreciate you. Thanks for continuing to support us so we can keep playing here at Puzzle Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, big thanks to everybody for coming out tonight, the staff behind the scenes, and the people participating and watching. And with that, I think we are going to call it a night. I don't really have anybody to raid lined up, so I'm just going to sign off. So good night, everybody.
Thanks, y'all.